Russian troops occupied the Chernobyl exclusion zone on the first day of the war. Under their control was a unique local laboratory. Until February the 24th, scientists could conduct a full range of radiation analysis here.
The implemented project of the laboratory operated here at the expense of the European Commission. It was called the Central Analytical Laboratory. Our equipment was worth 6 million euros. That was the total cost of the lab. More than 100 devices for various purposes. What did they steal? They stole all the personal computers. Some of the equipment was broken, but the question is how to run it now. Bases were developed, programs were developed.
Representatives of the International Atomic Energy Agency are helping to restart the scientific process. Laboratory staff continue to count losses.
Everything was scattered, computers were in the middle of the room. Everything that could be done badly, they did badly. And there was just a mess. And now I've been putting all together a little.
According to employees, several groups of invaders were stationed here. Their main goal was robbery and maximum damage to scientific activity. It was not without household theft, which is banal for Russian troops. Toasters and electric kettles disappeared from the offices.
This chip is worth the most. It is small, it can be sold as gold. All contacts are made of gold. And then those who knew took it. I even think that someone from Rosatom was here. They stole for thousands and broke for millions.
The building was also used for filming propaganda stories about supposedly secret biolaboratories on the territory of Ukraine.
It seems that those who were here before us and before the Russian troops were interested not so much in the equipment, but in making such a mess. But what it was for is also a big question. They showed what a secret laboratory was here, what was mined over there. They put a cameraman there and filmed. Marvelous.
The Russian occupiers also left a trace near the infamous Red Forest. According to experts, even 2 hours of staying in this zone causes irreparable damage to human health. In addition to digging trenches, the enemy burned fires. Burning in a zone of increased radiation increases its effect on the body at times.
Dozens of abandoned military positions near the Red Forest. Russian troops dug in here in February, according to employees of the Chornobyl nuclear power plant and other enterprises in the exclusion zone. The enemy left behind piles of garbage and abandoned military equipment. It's already been removed. The occupation, which lasted more than a month, is now only reminiscent of dugouts.
Only the equipment that is directly responsible for the operation of the reactors remained untouched, as the workers say at the Chernobyl nuclear power plant. Up to 700 computers, 1500 dosimeters, unique software, and almost all fire extinguishing equipment were stolen from other offices. Also, at the NPP, more than 300 cars are missing.
The Russian occupying troops did not violate the integrity of the shelter over the fourth nuclear power unit and the control center. The slightest damage could lead to a repeat of the ecological disaster of 1986. According to the leadership, those who won the shift managed to convince the enemy to prevent this.
Employees who were on the shift on February the 24th turned out to be hostages of the Russian occupiers for more than a month. They lived and slept on the floor and tables in the offices. They ate the stocks of food in the dining room at the station.
We did not understand how it would be, what to do and how to do it. No fighting was heard here. There were just tanks, armored personnel carriers and military personnel, but it was hard to say how it was outside the territory. We worked inside at workplaces and performed our duties. It was unusual that bread was gone. There was food twice a day. We thought that this was impossible in our time. They morally oppressed us when they saw us. They laid us on the floor, on the ground, or rather they searched for the phones. Asked who you were, what you were doing here. There were unpleasant sensations after communication with the occupiers. There were problems with water, electricity, and life in general has changed. Therefore, these problems, food, water, have faded into the background. Everyone thought about what would happen next and how to behave further.
After the deoccupation at the end of March, demining continues in the exclusion zone to this day. When the entire territory is cleaned of mines and tripwires, the Ministry of Environmental Protection and Natural Resources of Ukraine promises to calculate the losses and transfer the data to international partners.
Немає жодного факту в світі.
There is not a single fact in the world similar to what we have observed here for more than 30 days. Therefore, I am sure that the world community will find, together with us, the right mechanism to bring the occupier to justice. And not only condemn, but really compensate for the harm that was caused, both material and harm to the environment and harm to people. The total amount of damage caused by the invaders during the period of occupation has already reached 2 billion hryvnias. But I am sure that now the work being done by the exclusion zone personnel, the station personnel, will allow us to establish more facts of damage and losses that have occurred here.
Pawło Sztelmach, Larisa Zubenko, Yuri Shulha for UATV News.